Do you just know this off the top of your head?
Oh no, I have it on my computer screen, dude. Who do you think I am, a god? Hi guys, welcome. This is so exciting. We are bringing you a bi-coastal treat today. I will be making homemade dumplings with Jackie. We are hoping that this video reaches you in time for Valentine's Day, in time for Lunar New Year, because dumplings are a fantastic thing to make with your family and loved ones. Making dumplings from scratch might seem overwhelming, but I'm gonna walk them step by step through the process, and it really doesn't have to be that intimidating. I think this will be fun. I don't think this will be a train wreck, but we do love train wrecks, so it's a win-win situation, really. Either way, it's food, guys. It's not that serious.
Hey, what's up, you guys? Jackie here, and I am with a special guest. Everybody, Nicholas Iadinisi.
Hello, everybody.
My husband.
Thanks for having me.
Today's an exciting day. We're going to be learning how to cook one of our actual favorite things to order, dumplings. And we're not learning from just anyone. Oh no. No. We are learning from the golden child of Delish, June herself.
I hear great things.
I feel very special that she's teaching us today, but also very nervous.
I hear she's a great teacher, and she's got to be, because I am completely useless in the kitchen. Don't judge, but
Yeah.
I'm looking forward to learning.
This is what this day is all
Yeah.
about. Spending time together. This is something that you want to keep doing.
Oh, it's gonna be fun.
You know, doing something together, learning something new.
She said be careful.
And yeah, no judgment.
No.
That's what this is
Yeah, I'm
about.
with that.
Okay, so should we call June?
I think that's the next step.
All right, let's do it.
Jackie, I am so friggin' happy to finally meet you.
I know! It's crazy. I mean, we've done a couple of, calls, but we haven't actually worked together or hung out with each other. And I feel like this is honestly the perfect way to kind of have our first little get together, really, in the kitchen. I think you're amazing, and I feel very fortunate and special that I get a cooking lesson from you.
I feel like your skills are going to be challenged today with me.
Both of us, we both don't know what we're doing.
This is true, but me more so than anybody. So, but I'm excited. I'm eager to learn, and I've got no judgment on this day.
That is literally all you need, Nick. We all start from somewhere. We're gonna make a ton of mistakes. It's gonna be okay. Are you ready, Jackie?
Let me just...
Yep.
Okay, I'm ready.
We're gonna breathe in some nice, fragrant dumpling air. And we're gonna breathe out all of our self-doubt and high standards and perfectionism, because those are toxic and we don't need it. And now we're just gonna have some fun.
I like it.
All right.
Woo!
All right, so today we're gonna make three things. We're gonna make some dumpling dough, we're gonna make some dumpling filling, and we're gonna make some dumpling dipping sauce. So, we're gonna make the dough first, and for this, all you need in terms of equipment is a heat-proof medium-large bowl and some boiling water and a pair of chopsticks.
So I have some chopsticks from takeout. We're gonna make that work.
I use my hands.
Love it.
Bowls.
That's great.
I don't
That's
know
it.
what cups
And then
are.
you're
Do we
gonna
have a cup
set some
measure?
water on the
Yeah.
boil.
Oh, perfect.
But I mean, you could just eye it. It's just a
I don't know
little
how
bit.
to eye it.
Do you see how tense we are already? We're like, okay, where are the bowls? Okay, bowls.
Inner peace. Okay, you're gonna grab some all-purpose flour, some cornstarch, some kosher salt, and that's it.
Okay.
These are adorable.
You're gonna put 1 3/4 cup of flour into your bowl.
Okay.
And for the folks at home who's measuring this on a scale, it's about 220 grams.
What
at this
what
teamwork.
temperature do I put it on high or low for
If
the
you're-
boiling water? How long is it gonna take?
Nick, we're just boiling water. Don't overthink it. Okay, that's my arena. I overthink things. You just go with the flow.
June is gonna put me in my place today.
I love it.
it.
I love the
I put it on
backup,
medium.
actually.
For everyone at home, I put it on medium. I don't know.
You put it on high when you want to boil.
Oh, okay. See, she knows more than she thinks she does.
It's boiling water, babe. It's not rocket science.
Touche.
We're gonna get through
You got
this. Okay. All right.
These are nice. I like these.
Thanks, babe.
Have you never used your measuring spoons before, Nick?
No, I everything out. I everything out, June.
What do you mean you eye everything out? You
Everything.
don't even cook anything.
I use tea in the morning.
Oh, okay. Okay.
And then you got half a teaspoon of kosher salt going into that bowl. And then you're just gonna mix all the dries together until they're well combined and the cornstarch kind of disappears into the flour. You don't want the cornstarch to be clumping when the hot water hits because cornstarch has a tendency to gel up. How's your water doing?
The water is
Not boiling yet.
it's bubbling.
While the water's boiling, can we talk about your cabbage?
This is the cabbage that they got for me. Is this not the right type of is there different types of cabbages?
Maybe that's just like local organic California Napa cabbage. I mean, you guys got all the good produce there.
I mean, it does look beautiful, but it's obviously going to change the taste, yeah?
You know what? We're gonna work with what we got. All we need is 1 cup of shredded Napa cabbage for the filling. So Nick, if you wanna start rinsing off all of your veggies, since we don't like any grit or pesticides in our veggies, we're also gonna be using some mushrooms.
Water's boiling. Okay.
Woohoo! You're going to take about 1/3 cup of boiling water, slowly streaming it in as you're stirring the mixture with your chopsticks.
I feel like this is gonna... I'm sure that there's a better way of doing this, but...
You want to tilt the pot to one side so that the water collects higher, and then dip your measuring cup in there.
It's almost
fine.
therapeutic to rinse that.
I think prepping veggies with no time constraint is one of the most zen things you can do.
It's a strong left arm, babe.
Oh gosh.
It's perfect.
Okay, there we
Go
go.
slow and steady and just keep moving the chopsticks. And you can go a little bit faster.
Okay.
It's not going to be enough because we're gonna go in with 2 tablespoons of room temperature water. So the reason why we use boiling water and room temperature water and also a little bit of cornstarch in the dough is that I find that this combination gives it the most pliable texture and like a very pleasing mouthfeel where you get a little bit of bounce, but you still get a nice soft dumpling dough that you can just sink your teeth down into. Okay, so Jackie, now you're gonna swish your chopsticks around, but you're gonna see at one point that it's just gonna stop incorporating and you're gonna be like, June, this dough is way too dry. I just did this last night. I know it looks way too dry. What you're gonna do now is you're gonna take your other hand, you're going to peel off all of the dough that's on your chopsticks, and you're gonna go in with your hand and start kneading that dough.
Get in there.
And maybe Nick wants to help later, but you're gonna do this for about 10 minutes.
Oh, do I do anything with this yet?
This is nice.
Yes, Nick, you can actually chop that very, very, very finely. As fine as you can go, kind of like coleslaw texture.
Too many knives. Why do you have so many
I'm a
knives?
knife guy. I'm like a total knife guy.
Nick, I want you to hold those knives away from Jackie, please. We got this. Nick, the easiest way to cut your leafy cabbage is you stack all the leaves up like a sheet, like a
Loose leaf on top of one another.
Like some cabbage? Let's talk about the cabbage.
Exactly. And then I want you to cut it crosswise down in half.
Like this way?
No, the other way.
This way?
The other way. Yep.
Oh,
And
this is.
then what you're gonna do is take the leafy part of the greens and roll it up into a cigar.
This is really cool. I've never learned this.
This is fun.
This is awesome. I'm sorry, I'm so.
After you have the cigar rolled up,
You're gonna go with your knife in a sawing motion. So you're gonna be holding the cigar with your non-dominant hand, and with your dominant hand and the knife, you're going to go shh, 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 and you're gonna shred it.
yep,
There we go.
yep. Doing great.
Good job. Good job, Nick.
Some knife safety tips for folks at home with your non-dominant hand that's holding the cigar in place. I recommend that you make a claw with your hand so that your nail is the closest thing to the knife, so that in case you cut yourself, you slice your nail first and not your flesh.
Just go slow. Are you gonna work out?
Yeah. This is actually a lot easier than the dough that we made for the pasta.
How's the dough? It looks like it's coming into one lump.
I pretty much got everything.
Awesome. So put it back in the bowl because I still see some dries in the bowl. And what you want to do now is, instead of adding water to the bowl to get all of those straggly dry bits, I want you to run your hands in the sink and just dampen your hands. and then come back and keep working the dough, and slowly the little tiny bit of moisture left on your rinsed hands will help you combine the dry bits back into that ball of dough.
I've never been so focused on anything in my entire life.
Oh, wow.
Okay, so I want you to take your ribbons that you've already cut.
Is this a ribbon?
Bunch them up. Yeah, the
Okay.
ribbons that you just cut. I want you to bunch them up in your hand, turn them 90 degrees, and slice them the other way so that they become little tiny shrimps.
Jackie, can you show me the dough? Can you come closer?
You see it? How does
Yeah,
it look?
that looks good. Are there any dry spots that you can see?
It's all pretty moist. There's like some clumpy bits.
Okay, so I would just go ahead and rinse your hand one more time in the sink and then just try to like pat into those dry spots a little bit. And then what we're gonna do is plop that dough back into a smaller bowl and cover that smaller bowl, and we're gonna let that dough rest. And then we're gonna go hard on making this filling because Nick looks like he needs some help.
Okay.
Are these cut small enough?
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I
perfect.
think so.
They look great.
I'm telling you as if I know. I'm like, yeah, it looks great. Okay.
Honestly, I grew up in a Chinese household. Written recipes are a whole new thing for me. I never grew up with written recipes, so it's always just been like eyeballing this, eyeballing that, a touch of that, a touch of this, and then just tasting as you go. I think most forms of cooking is not that precise, and recipes are overrated.
Are they?
I think so. To the cabbage, we're going to add 3/4 teaspoon of kosher salt, and you're just gonna mix it with your hands and give it a nice even toss. This will give it time for the lettuce greens to kind of wilt with the salt. It'll draw some of the water that's in the lettuce, and it'll make the lettuce a little bit softer and easier to combine into the filling. Next, we're going to take a 1/2-inch piece of ginger and a clove of garlic, and you're gonna mince those. You can have Nick go on ginger and garlic duty.
So I mince. That means I'm like cutting small, tiny little baby pieces.
Or you can use a cheese grater that Jackie got.
Yeah.
She's like, your cutting skills are kind of whack. Use the cheese grater, bro.
I mean, it's just faster. Okay, Nick, hold the grater horizontal, parallel to the board. You're on your side
Like
right now.
this.
Turn it 90 degrees
Oh,
the other way.
and then
The other.
like that.
Okay, let me show you.
Like at an angle, like this, but your grater side is facing up.
Yep.
I feel more comfortable doing it this way.
Okay. Yep.
Are you surprised by my lack of skills?
I mean, it's cool. A lot of my friends just eat takeouts for the rest of their life, and I'm like, if you can afford that, good for you.
I think I low-key just cut my nail, I'm not gonna lie.
You can throw both of those into the bowl, and then we're gonna take about 6 ounces of your ground pork in there. So if you have a 1-pound package, just throw roughly less than half of that package in there.
I don't know how much this is. How much is this, June?
I feel like that's a pound, so go in with half a package and you'll be fine.
Okay, that's in there.
What's that?
How many ounces does the label say?
16 ounces.
That's a pound.
Pound, right? There we go. Sorry.
So slightly less than half the package.
Slightly more than half.
A little bit more than half.
All right, Jackie, do you have white pepper, black pepper, soy sauce, and sugar?
I have black pepper,
Okay.
soy sauce, white pepper,
Yep.
and what was the other thing?
Sugar.
Sugar. Yes.
Great.
Okay, so you're gonna go into the bowl with 1/2 teaspoon of white pepper, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper.
Nick, I'm going to assign you the shrimp. You're going to take roughly 6 ounces of shrimp, and you're going to make sure they're peeled, and you're going to chop them into little tiny bites.
You're on chopping duty today. 1 teaspoon of sugar. Lovely. There we go. Pork.
And then, yep, and then you're going to go in with your chopsticks, and you're going to start stirring around the bowl vigorously until that whole mixture turns into almost like a paste.
Okay.
And recap, what do I do with the shrimp?
You're chopping them real fine. You're chopping them like the size of your little pinky nail.
Oh, wow.
So what you can do, instead of chopping them one by one like that, you can just crunch through all of them and then turn them 90 degrees and crunch through all of them the other way.
Watch your fingers.
Yes, I will go slow.
Honestly, you still have all of your fingers. Nobody got burnt. Nobody got cut. And we're doing great.
All right, once Nick is done with those shrimp, he's gonna toss all of them into your bowl and you're gonna keep stirring. Today you're gonna get really jacked on.
Listen, I was just telling you I haven't worked out in forever, so if making food, you can work out before eating the food, I'm all about it.
Okay, Jackie, you can go in with some 2 tablespoons of toasted sesame oil.
Do you just know this off the top of your head?
Oh no, I have it on my computer screen, dude. Who do you think I am, a god?
I think it's important to mix with both arms. If you do this over the course of years, you don't overdevelop one particular muscle.
Okay.
It's hot tips from Nick.
I'm gonna put these in for you.
Oh gosh.
Nick, if you lift a chunk of it up with your chopsticks, does it hold or does it slide off? All right, that was good, guys.
That's it?
Yeah!
So you're going to take it off of the chopsticks and you're going to slide that bowl into the fridge, and we are gonna be making our wrappers now. Because there's 2 of you, you're gonna take that dough and you're gonna cut it right down the middle, and you both are going to be making some wrappers.
Cutting it. Boom. That's yours. This is mine.
So what you're gonna do is, Nick, Jackie, you're each gonna take your dough and you're going to roll that dough out into a rope about 1 inch thick.
One way to even out your log is to use your 2 hands and push in the ends towards each other.
Okay.
Jackie, I think that's longer than a foot now, and I want you to start pushing the dough back into itself from the 2 ends and just making sure that it's kind of bouncing back together.
Because I didn't have the measuring tape.
So right now, if you think your log is pretty evenly throughout, you're going to take a knife and you're gonna try to chop 12 pieces out of that. So what I recommend doing is halving the rope first. This will ensure the most even portioning. So if you chop it down the middle and then you line up the 2 logs right next to each other.
There you go, Jackie got it. And then you're gonna cut those into thirds. Yep. And then you're gonna cut those into halves.
Are we lefty and righting right now?
Well,
Like,
we're
I'm
both
running?
left-handed, but I use my right hand. Why are you using your left hand?
I'm both.
Oh, you're both too? What? Okay. There we go. All right. This is what I've been waiting for this whole entire
Me too.
time. This process. I'm very excited about it.
So you are gonna take the dough, the cut end, you're gonna place on the cutting board, and the other cut end, you're gonna squish with the heel of your hand, the meaty part of your hand right here.
Okay.
You're gonna squish it flat, and it should be pretty round, as is.
Cute.
And then, do you have a rolling pin?
No.
Wait, what?
Uh-oh.
All right, do you have beer bottles? Do you have wine bottles?
We have beer bottles.
I'm sorry. Some people probably don't have a rolling pin, but
I
you
think
know
most
what?
people that make anything have rolling pins.
All right. Well, you know what? We adjust around
Yes,
here.
that's right. I kind of like the beer bottle, honestly.
Love it.
What I like to do is roll out one way, back and forth, turn the dough 90 degrees, and roll it out back and forth again.
Oh, Lord. Oh, Lord.
Let's get a stick.
Now you got to turn it after.
Yep.
So I like to turn as frequently as possible to maintain that circular shape. And eventually we're working the circle out to be about 4 inches. So here's what we got. Here's what we got.
Guys, once your wrapper is about 3 inches across, I want you to only focus on rolling out the edge of the wrapper, because you want the edge to be thinner than the middle.
June, look at yours
Edge.
and look at mine.
Yours look great, Jackie.
There we go. All right.
I'm happy with this.
Okay, almost done.
Ta-da! I want to make sure we put love into these. I don't want to get stressed out and rush them. I want to put love because I want to enjoy these.
Well, this one's a lot better
Yeah, you're
this
doing
time
good on that
around.
one.
I think I just finally got the technique down. We're almost finished, and I feel like
I'm getting into a groove.
You have definitely got into a groove and figuring out how to roll it. none of ours are perfect. They're
for
not
yourself.
complete circles, but
Yeah, they're 3 inches.
normally we just like order it. It comes here, we eat it, it tastes good. But I think when you put in the work, I think it makes it that much more enjoyable. Is this something that you want to keep doing, or?
I mean, yes.
Something that you want to keep doing?
I think it definitely helps you really appreciate, like you said, we order them up most of the time,
Yeah.
and they're damn good.
Right.
I think it helps you really appreciate the culinary skills and the work that goes into like the people behind the scenes. I want to draw a happy
good
face on
circle.
it so badly. Can we draw a happy face on one? I'm doing it right now.
Okay, but you probably should do it once you. Well, now it's not going to hold anything.
Everybody could just deal with that.
Okay.
I have my dough here. I'm ready to start.
With the funnest part of this whole process, if you are.
Yours looks beautiful.
I put some smiley faces on my dough.
Okay, I'm not sure how that works, but let's do it. So let me just show you. I made this vegetarian version of a filling last night. It's like kimchi, and it doesn't have any pork or shrimp. It just has like a lot of carrots and cabbage, and I'm gonna be wrapping my dumplings with this, and you do yours. So go ahead and just grab like a little tiny teaspoon. We don't want to be too greedy when we're putting the filling into these, because especially if you're a noob when it comes to shaping dumplings, the more filling you put into the dumplings, the harder it is to get a crimp and a full seal on there. So we're just gonna start small, and once you start feeling more confident, we can keep it with a little bit more filling. So for my very first one, I'm just gonna do a little heap.
Just
Okay.
to get your practice on.
Okay.
And you might also want to have a little pinchful of water nearby.
Just to help you seal the dough. If your dough is at all drying out, which I don't think it should be a problem because you've kept your dough under your paper towels dampened. But if you need, you should have it just a little bit.
Okay.
And so you're gonna be taking one edge of the dough and sealing it 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock in the middle.
Okay.
Okay.
And once you have that middle part sealed, you can just go ahead and start crimping it from either end. So what I'm taking is,
This little piece, one half of the dough, I'm pushing it in towards the middle and sealing it with my index finger. My index finger is not really moving at all, it's just staying here. The other hand is feeding the crimp into this index finger.
and I'm just pressing it to seal with each additional crimp. That's all.
And once you get to the end, just use your whole thumb and index finger half and just seal it completely. So you want to make sure that this does not come undone in the pot.
And we're gonna do the same with the other side. You can use your other hand, or you can turn the dumpling around if you feel more comfortable doing it with one hand.
Wow.
Index finger stays in the middle to help you push and seal. This hand helps you nudge this crimp towards that index finger.
And once we reach the end, you're just going to use your entire thumb and index finger and just crimp it shut.
I mean,
It's a
for the
dumpling.
first one, it's a little smushed, but it's not bad.
It's adorable.
I think since now
Oops.
you broke it down for me, I think I'll do better next time.
All right, so a little spoon.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go small here.
Go small on your first one, always a good idea.
12
A
to
little
6.
too big.
This looks a little sad.
She said 12 to 6.
That's right.
Okay, 12 to 6.
You're going to be keeping one index finger in the middle of that seal, and you're going to be pushing with your other finger towards that seal and start crimping it along the way. Just start feeding it into a fold. And this dough should be very nice and pliable. It shouldn't be sticky at all at this stage.
What do I do with it when I'm done?
You make sure that you're using your entire finger with your thumb and just pressing it all the way across and making sure that that seal is solid, okay? You don't want the dumpling to fall apart in the pan.
The more meat, the better. Like, you don't want to be
You're getting a
skimped out
little
on your.
overconfident, boo.
No, I don't think so.
All right.
No, I don't think
When
so.
that thing busts open, don't look at me. Look
Okay, maybe.
a little too plump. A little too plump of a dumpling.
Oopsie daisy.
Flip around. Ooh. Yeah, you pumped that dumpling too
I got
much.
a little too excited on that one.
It's all good. We all do from time to time.
I was like, let's go big or go home. And then it was like, no, I don't think so.
And there's like totally different ways of crimping dumpling too. I'm actually a noob, and you know, it looks fine, but there are way better patterns that you can do if you are at the god level of dumpling making. But this is it. This is the best I have to offer, guys.
Wonderful.
Wait, I need to see what you. Oh my god. Are you slicing into the dumpling,
No,
Nick?
no.
It's exactly what he's doing, June. That's exactly what he's doing.
It's a
Are
very.
you letting them have leakage
Nope.
exits?
Nope. There's no leakage.
Okay.
She's like, alright. You're told it all.
I want to ask you guys, do you like boiled dumplings more, or do you like pot stickers more?
I honestly like both. When I order them, I normally get the boiled ones. Which ones do you prefer?
I mean, I like them both, but I think Aaron and I are more of a pot sticker household. I've never met a couple who's just like in total agreement about liking boiled dumplings.
Is that the different terminology? Pot sticker when it's fried, dumpling when it's boiled?
Yeah.
Pot sticker in Chinese is guo tie, which literally means pot sticker. And you can make pot stickers or boiled dumplings out of this dumpling right now. Pot sticker, you just need a shallow non-stick or cast iron pan, a little bit of oil. You're gonna plop these in as is, and you're gonna let the bottom fry until they're crispy golden. And then you're going to splash them with like 3 tablespoons of water and lid it. And so the steam from that shock of water is going to cook the rest of the dumpling, and the bottom of the dumplings get crispy and fried like that.
That looks great, Nick.
I got an assembly line working here.
There's 2 of you, so I'm gonna walk one of you through just a pure boiled one, and I'm gonna walk the other one through a pot sticker situation.
I had no concept of the process to put shrimp and all this in there. Like, these are gonna be so good.
Yeah, they're gonna be delicious. How many can you crush?
I think at the height of my dumpling eating days, I crushed 28.
Yeah!
What if you have extra filling? What can we do with that? Is there any creative thing we could do?
You can make more dough if you want, or you can just go ahead and make a stir fry out of that. Like literally throw it into fried rice, make a stir fried rice with that. And you can also just like put a pot of broth on boil and spoon little bits of filling in there and make a little tiny meatball soup.
You can add some vegetables in there if you want to make it healthy. You know, the rest of that head of gorgeous lettuce that I still don't know what kind of cabbage that is.
Cabbage.
So Nick, I'm gonna ask you to go find a pot that will hold approximately 8 to 10 dumplings. And then I'm gonna ask you to find either a non-stick or a cast iron pan with a lid that fits. I want you to fill the deeper stock pot with water, halfway with water, and put that on a boil. And then with your cast iron skillet or your non-stick skillet, I want you to put it on a medium heat and just put like a tablespoon of oil in there, enough to coat the bottom lightly. We're not like frying these, so we just want a little bit of oil.
I like cooking with you.
Do you?
Yeah, this is
Now that it's chill?
It's gonna be great, guys. They look freaking fantastic for a first time. So I think what we can do is go in with about, I'm gonna say 8 dumplings just for safety.
And do you hear them sizzling at all?
Yeah, I do.
All right, we're gonna let them sizzle for maybe about 5 minutes.
Okay.
And you should get ready to put in about 3 tablespoons of water into the pan.
And then when 5 minutes are up, you're going to pour that water into the skillet and you're gonna clamp it immediately. And then you're gonna turn that heat down to a low. When it's like lightly, solidly golden, not brown. If it's brown, you might be in trouble. But when it's like the color of gold turning into autumn leaves, then pour in your water, clamp your lid.
That sounds like set a timer for me.
So Nick, do you want to make that dipping sauce?
June, if you think I can, I will.
Absolutely you can. So I'm gonna ask you to get another 1/2 inch piece of ginger And I'm gonna ask Jackie to find some sugar, some Chinese black vinegar if you got it. If you didn't, you can just use balsamic or whatever other vinegar you have on hand, along with some soy sauce and sesame oil. And if you have chili oil, go ahead with some chili oil.
With your half-inch piece of ginger, I want you to sliver them, as skinny as they will go.
With a knife?
Yes.
And I feel like it's been 4 minutes. I should put this water in right now, right? And top it off.
Let's check the bottom of the dumplings and see what the color is.
I'm at 3 minutes and 24 seconds. Not
They're
bad.
still pretty golden brown. This one, yeah, they're golden brown.
Yeah, if you're happy with that color, you can go in with the water at any time.
Ginger smells good.
Love me some ginger. I'm proud of you, Nick.
I'm kind of proud of myself, to be honest with you.
Okay, just be careful. I'm gonna warn you, Jackie, when the water goes in, it hits the oil, it's gonna splatter. So try to get that lid on as soon as you can to avoid hurting yourself.
Water is done boiling, so should I just plop them in? The rest of them?
Yeah, if it's at a rolling boil, I would go with 8 at a time so that, they don't crowd the pan. And once they go in, they're gonna float. And that's when you know that they're ready.
The boiled ones will take about 5 to 6 minutes to float.
And stirring them as they go. Got it.
Yeah,
Okay.
just very gently to make sure that they're not sticking to the bottom of the pot.
Got it.
And just make sure that you have either a slotted spoon or a spider nearby so that you can fish them out without water. You can start going into your bowl with that ginger, and then I can read off the amounts of other ingredients that you need.
Okay.
Save this.
Ginger, sugar.
A 1/4 teaspoon of sugar in there, and then you're gonna go in with about 3 tablespoons of that black vinegar.
White wine is fine.
It's fine. Okay.
It's nice, yeah.
Second
It's actually
time.
my favorite vinegar, but black vinegar is like the traditional dipping vinegar.
And then you're gonna go in with a tablespoon of soy sauce, and then 2 teaspoons of toasted sesame oil, and 2 teaspoons of chili oil if you have it.
Okay.
Ooh. She said be careful.
Are you guys gonna eat all of it?
Eat all of it?
Yeah? You
Probably.
can also freeze these if you don't think you're gonna
Oh,
finish them.
these are gonna be gone.
Yeah.
How's your water level on the pot stickers?
It's gone.
Great. That's usually a good sign that it's all cooked.
Okay.
Like I just opened mine and there's still quite a bit of water, so I'm gonna let them cook off.
It's hot. But when she starts dancing, that means it's good. So it might be hot, but I saw you
Oh
dance.
my god, I like them. I like them a lot.
If you're
Dang.
using a non-stick, sometimes they can be a little
They're
bit
hot.
harder to get that hard crunch.
Oh, okay.
A cast iron, which has a much more direct heat element to it.
That makes sense. Yeah, there's like a little bit of crunch at the bottom. I mean, not as like much
They're
as...
tasty.
When did you try it?
I tried the other half. I feel so accomplished right now.
That's fine.
I can't tell you how accomplished I feel.
Nick, I think you did freaking fantastic. I think that you should have more faith in yourself and don't be mean to yourself.
I'm not being mean to myself. I'm sorry. I've never had such a great teacher. Sorry.
I haven't taught you anything.
Yeah,
I'm
with
kidding.
cooking?
I'm kidding.
When you teach me love and you teach me
Wow,
patience.
okay,
But
okay.
I'm sorry, when it comes to food, I'm in construction, I'm in like luxury windows. It's all down to how good the install is. If the install is great, then the product works well. This is the same thing. It's like if the teacher is good and you can teach them how to work, then the product's gonna be good. You've done such a great job.
Here, take a look before my fingers burn off again.
Oh, brown and seared. That looks good. That is a pot sticker right there.
Are you guys gonna eat some?
Yes. Oh, yes. Sorry. We're sitting here. I was okay. Mine compared. Okay, yours look really big and full. Mine are a little bit more tiny, but it's okay. They're bite sized. Mine are like miniature versions
hold on.
of yours.
Mine-
Ours.
Thank you.
Ours. It's so good.
When she starts dancing, it's a thing.
Okay, so The texture's a little all over the place. I think for me, just because. Oh wow.
We're good.
It's not like the texture's not evenly dispersed without. It's like crunchy on the bottom, and then I think it's a little stale on top where we pinched it, and then nice and soft in between the top and the bottom. But the taste, the flavor, everything about the flavor is really good and on point. And this sauce is really nice. I think Nick's gonna freak out because it has a hint of spice to it. But I really love the dipping sauce that we made too.
It's growing on me.
Dang, that's good. You gotta try it. I'm sorry, I wanna jump into
Go
the
ahead.
boiled one. Sorry,
Is this
I'm all over the place.
get
I'm
in
so
there.
happy.
No, this is the point of the video. Oh my gosh.
I love them! Nick, I honestly, I order pot stickers
Oh my God.
probably, I wanna say 4 or 5 times out of the month. I'm not even kidding. I always order them. And the fact that I made them today and they taste, Loki, I think ours taste better
They're
than the
really
ones that
good.
we order.
I've never had a better one.
Well,
No lies are being told right now.
these are good.
I'm not kidding.
They're really good. Let me check on these.
Oh my god.
Jackie, if you make these pot sticker versions next time, just make sure that you're pinching that top really skinny. And then you can even, if you don't have the flat side on the bottom, you can even fry it on its side so that you get maximum exposure to the pan and maximum crust.
Yeah, this one I wish was a little bit more crispy. I feel like the pot stickers, there's some really good ones, some, not so good ones, but that's okay. The actual taste of all of them, I'm so happy with it. And the sauce too, I love the ginger and the dipping sauce.
I'm delighted.
Guys, I had such a friggin' blast with you today. This was so fun. I've also not seen anyone for an extended amount of time in so long. So this was just a pleasure for me, and thank you for joining, and thank you for making food, and thank you for eating food with me.
I feel like I've already known you because I watch all your stuff, but it's been really great just spending the day, not only getting to know you better, but also just having a crash course on cooking one of your favorite dishes. I think you're one of the best chefs that I watch on YouTube. I say all that to say, I do feel really special that you took the time today and you taught us this. We killed it. You kept the peace between him and I.
100%.
It was so fun. It was so fun. I really appreciate it.
I think I voiced it at the beginning of the video. I'm completely inexperienced. For you to be able to teach us to, they might not look perfect, but gosh darn, June, they taste good.
I love doing this. Let's do it again sometime.
Okay, are you sure?
We're just gonna ask the audience, if y'all wanna see this again, we're gonna do it. Happy New Year, happy Valentine's Day, happy dumpling eating. Let's go.
Happy dumpling eating indeed.
Is that how you're gonna
I'm gonna end it, yep.
That's
They're so good! They're so good!
Can't wait for round 2, whatever that's gonna be. But thank you!
We'll see you guys next time.